Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chooches of all ages, in case you're pretty stupid and can't read, you are looking at the Frat Daddy Bryce Cannon. And I just want to say thank you for watching CCP Podcasting. And if there's only one thing that you don't have to do, don't touch the tip.
Friends of CCP Podcasting, welcome to a Legends of Wrestling show. My name is Chris Page. That man below me with that luscious beard is Eric Delirious Steele. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
You were talking before we took the air, and I was like, bro, I'm on the struggle bus.
Yeah, me too, man. It's been a long week.
It really has. We did the show Monday, and then we did a recording for Hope is Wonderful on Wednesday. We did a live show on Thursday. Yesterday, I was telling you before we took there, like, I didn't do a thing. I came in and closed my computer and started watching the trailers on Peacock, bro. It was, it's been a week, man. We got a lot of things happening on the channel. You know, that in the real world and, you know, the real job. It's just, I think I go 60, 70 hours a week. Easy. At this point.
Or, in the words of Tracy, crackers and Coke. You'd rather be doing that, you'd rather be doing this.
Here you go. That's a perfect segue. Before we get into our show today, let me run through a couple of quick plugs. We'll get through them pretty quick today, guys. Redshaw from Riot City Wrestling. The gentleman who I credit for starting this whole adventure as far as being able to talk to all these different talented men and women on the independent scene. He'll be here live with us on April the 20th. That'll be a late show for us. I think it'll be about a 9 or 10 p.m. start time with the time difference over in Australia. But it'll be good to have him back and have him on the channel just so we can follow up with everything that's been going on with his career. Since we last spoke to him probably 3 or 4 months ago. So it'll be good to have the big man back on screen here for CCP Podcasting. We're looking forward to that one. April has already started with Beyond the Bell. Owen Knight, we released that on the 5th, which was yesterday as of this show, as of this live stream. We've got Matt Sigmund, friend of yours, coming up next week. 4 times NWA World Tag Team Champion and friend of the channel now. We had a really, really good conversation with him. Emily Taylor is right around the corner from Reality of Wrestling. And then we end the month with Cha-Cha Charlie coming out of Coastal Championship Wrestling here in Florida. May is stacked. April is stacked, and May is the month of Georgia wrestling, it seems like, because we've got Naja kicking off the month of May. Rico Gonzalez will be here on the 10th. Will be on the bell. Bryce Cannon, who we had a live show with on Thursday night, he'll be back for Beyond the Bell on the 17th. And one that I'm looking forward to, Eric, I look forward to all these, but we get our chance to talk to our first Fedhead. The first owner of an indie. We're going to be talking to the guy who's running IWE Pro, which is out of Georgia. That's going to be solid. I have so many questions that I have for him. And we end the month with a young upstart that I'm really looking forward to showing the channel to. His name's Dion Summers. And the guy is he's incredibly athletic and has a really, really fun gimmick. So April and May are set in stone, and June is right after that. And, buddy, I think we're booked in June. I think we're into July or August right now as far as the Beyond the Bells are concerned. Again, guys, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. Matt Sigmund, he will be on Beyond the Bell next week. He is holding a camp at the Net Pro Studios in the greater Nashville area, Kingsport, Tennessee, April the 26th to the 28th. He's got a host of incredible legends and incredible talent that are going to be joining him here. Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you because you know a lot more about it than I do. So let's go ahead and give our boy, Mr. Sigmund, a nice plug here for his camp coming up.
Yes, you have Matt Sigmund. He's one half of the Heat Seekers, 4-time NWA World Tag Team Champions. But joining him, you also have George South, one of the greatest enhancement talents of all time, arguably the best enhancement talent of all time. A wealth of knowledge. Les Thatcher, another wealth of knowledge. He used to run HWA when it was a developmental territory. You got Chance Prophet, who has a training school here in West Virginia, over 25 years of experience. Then you have Brad Joseph, who and is one of the best baby faces I've ever seen anywhere. That's past, present, future. He's a great baby face, very solid worker. He's left wrestling, when the Indies were in a big lull. And he's a vocational minister now, but it's going to be a great camp. No matter how long you've been wrestling, you can learn something there.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking forward to that. We'll actually have Matt. I think we're having him live in May. We got to follow back up with him. But I believe May was what we had originally talked about, so we could follow back up and see how the camp went and watch some of his old school, favorite wrestling matches, which would be fun here live on Twitch. The last thing we got today, guys, Hope is Wonderful. That dropped officially yesterday over on YouTube, which is the Paul Orndorff YouTube page, and at Paul1 Orndorff over on Twitter, guys. It's a powerful show. It's got a lot of moving parts to it, and it's 100% authentic. And in a world where a lot of people want to try and do stuff for entertainment purposes, like us, for example. Our stuff's strictly entertainment. This is very real, and it's his story. It's his journey on a road to recovery, with a lot of moving parts. We've filmed 4 episodes already, and they are. I'll tell you guys this. It's like I told Travis via text yesterday. I get so much out of just being in the room and listening to what these people have been through. Everybody has their own story, and I've got my own as well, which will probably come out on that program at some point. But to hear how some of these people have turned their lives around, being in situations that none of us can probably fathom unless you're in it 100%. It's powerful stuff. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you have going on, whether it's an addiction or whatever. If you want to change your lives, there are avenues to go down, and that is exactly what this show is about. And if there's anybody that can plug anyone into a way or an avenue to change their lives, it would be Travis Orndorff. And I'm not just saying that because I produce his podcast. The guy's got a lot of connections on the help side of the equation, and I strongly encourage any of our listeners, if you're battling any kind of situation, with depression or an addiction or whatever, reach out. It's never too late. And there will always be people that can get you pointed in the right direction. I cannot wait for this project to continue to move forward. It is going to be one that is very special, and it's very dear and near and dear to me. Eric, you've got a busy month of April as well, buddy. I think you're booked 3 of the 4 weeks coming up here. Why don't you tell the people what you got going on and where they can catch you in ring this month?
So, one of the dates that already passed, but we've got this coming Friday with Mega Pro at Marmet, West Virginia, taking on MV Young. MV Young is a young stud out of Pittsburgh, man. He's a tough dude. His name's really starting to blow up. And then April 27th, I will be in Parkersburg, West Virginia for Real Shoot Real Shoot Wrestling. So you got a couple different chances to check me out this month. We're going to take it easy in May because we got some stuff going on, but May 18th, I got one in Marmet, West Virginia for Mega Pro Wrestling as well.
So, if you want to catch the lariat, hitting the lariat, there you go. And catch him if you're in the area, guys. It's fun times. Let's get into today's show. So, I know that this one too is kind of near and dear to you. We're talking about some things to do, and you threw out Tracy Smothers. I said, sure, why not? And actually, you picked just about all the matches on the run today come from you. So before we get started in this show, give us a little detail as to what makes Tracy Smothers so special to you, sir.
Man, the thing that makes Tracy Smothers special to me, makes him special to everybody that knew him. He's just such a good person, man. He's willing to help everybody out. And it didn't matter like if you were a star, if you had potential to be a star, or if you were just a guy just trying to make it. Tracy, man, he's just so relatable, so friendly, just wanting to have a good time. I was lucky enough. Tracy kind of took me under his wing when I was still young in the business. He was in the area a lot. Then I eventually got to travel with him. I spent 6 months straight in the car with Tracy. Wasn't even in my home state for like 6 months straight. Just in the back of the Chevy Aveo. It was me, Tracy, Eric Darkstorm, and Ruthie. And just seeing like the influence that Tracy has had on not only me but the business. This Monday Night Raw like 2 weeks ago, CM Punk started out his promo with the Tracy Smothers line. It's just great to see the memory of Tracy being kept alive. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, and he was definitely one of the hardest working men in the business.
Well, we're going to take a peek at Tracy Smothers on this edition of Legends of Wrestling. And I told you off air, you sent me matches yesterday. And again, like I just didn't do a whole lot last night. I took me time. But when I woke up this morning, and fun fact, I'm up at 5 a.m. I got to the computer about 5:30 in the first match that I get in our text message is this right here. It is Tracy Smothers taking on a muzzleless bear. Yes, you heard me correctly. And what made me giggle, outside of I knew he wrestles the Bears, right? But outside of this, it's a place in my hometown. Like I have to laugh at it even harder because it's from Birmingham, Alabama. But let's get this started. This is not a long affair by any means, guys. So let's go ahead and get started on this one in 3, 2, 1, play. Shout out Goff. We see you in chat.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley, who was injured.
Always
Bears,
wanted
of course,
to
are natural
like,
wrestlers. No question about this. They instinctively know a snap mare, a leg
I don't
sweep.
want to get
They
anywhere
don't
near
know
a
some of the
bear in
finer
the
rules,
ring.
such as a figure four
So
or what have you.
wrestling a bear is
But
actually
all
how
the basic
Tracy
rules are natural
he
with
wrestled
them.
he wrestled the
And
Bears
this
a
bear, although
lot.
he's very
That's
amiable
actually how he got started in the
once
business.
he gets,
He was playing football at Middle Tennessee State,
stand-up competition going,
and the football
then
like he was a
just
wrestling fan,
naturally
like he
wants
watched
to wrestle.
wrestling.
And
They had
you
went
see
to a
that he
wrestling
went for a
show
leg
at like
sweep.
a bar or
Tracy
something
Smothers going for a
during the
side
week,
headlock, and the
and
bear
they had
very
people,
quickly
you could
countered
sign
that.
up to wrestle
Now
the bear.
Smothers in behind him once
Tracy
again.
said
Gets
he's at
him
the
over on
bar.
his
He said
back.
he's got his good clothes on there. He's there to mingle and meet women. And they're like drawing names out of the hat of who's going to wrestle the bear, and they call Tracy Smothers. And he's like, what? And all his friends from the football team start laughing. They had signed Tracy up. Tracy had to go to wrestle the bear. And he said he tried to he wrestled in high school. He tried to take the bear down, and the bear just mauled him, just destroyed him, like ruined his clothes. But that's how he got started in the wrestling business. Talking to him about after wrestling the bear, got to talking to the promoters and trainers and all that.
Here is the time limit has expired, and the bear has not been able to score a pinfall. Dirty Dutch Mantel totally upset,
Oh, Dirty
totally
Dutch.
concerned over the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of money was riding on the situation. Mantel is the loser, and Tracy.
He's wrestled the bear quite a few times. He said, after a while you learn how to work. The bears know how to work. He'd say, bear knows how to work better than most of the guys in the business.
I thought that was a fun way to kick this off. Was him in the shot of the bear? He looked like he was just like, man, I'm done with this. I'm out.
Yeah.
He knew when to hold them and when to fold them. Did he not? Our first match here on the show. Again, we talked about Travis Orndorff earlier, and Hope is wonderful. How about Tracy Smothers for the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Championship? You picked it out versus Paul Orndorff. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. You spent 2 minutes 16 seconds too, by the way.
Get it? Yes, knowing that, I was like,
There's just stomp for good measure.
you're getting it.
We've got a ladder match. I remember you always being high on Tracy Smothers and Chris Candido's ladder match, and I think it was was that the Bluegrass Brawl that they had a.
I think they had one that was nominated for Match of the Year. It was really close, but they had some they had one at the Beckley Armory. They went around the loop with them, and they were killer matches, man, especially for the time,
Well, let's see what this one is all about. This is from Johnson City, Tennessee, 1994. Tracy Smothers, Chris Candido. I can never turn a Candido match down.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen in 3, 2, 1, play.
For 5:30, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Tracy always said that Chris Candido was one of his favorite opponents. I always put him over as one of the best workers. So he loved Candido. It was always put him over.
Candido was tremendous, man.
Oh yeah.
Didn't really get a whole lot with the skip and zip, but outside of that, like he, Suicide Blonde, man, and that what he called him, one of his monikers.
The other Suicide Blonde was one. The Blonde Bombshell.
Here we go.
Yeah, so their match from the Bluegrass Brawl got a 4.5 star rating. If that's your thing, the match ratings, star ratings, They had several. Actually, I'm sorry to make you step on your toes there. The match from Sunday Bloody Sunday is like 4.25 stars. And another one 4 stars. They had several highly rated matches.
We got to do a rivalries on Smothers and Candido then, just to say we did it.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, in '94 alone, they had several 4-star high rated matches.
I'm going to need for you to lay that in a little better, Candido. Actually, you know what? He probably can't. It's a wooden ladder.
Is it wooden ladder?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, remember now, this is 94. So,
yeah.
But they did, at least it's not aluminum. Let me say that to start with. But I like how Cornette just low key just, balled on a budget with this match. The rope just running across from 2 poles with.
Yeah, man. Had a ball on a budget. Balling on a budget.
Oh.
Boom. It was hit that back fist, man.
I love this back fist, dude.
Yeah. I use it from time to time. Man, he had some of the hardest chops. He'd get you like in the corner and he'd start like chopping, like pop, pop, pop. And he'd hit you with a big one like this, like right in the sternum. Oh man, that would take your breath away. Like, Candido got the security rope around his neck.
It's choking.
It was like a Kurt Hennig, Dolph Ziggler level seller, man.
Outpays an unsung hero for sure. Oh, open hand. It looks like Candido has opened Pandora's box of chops. So we're about to see if Smothers lands one or two in retaliation. Oof. Cracked him across the spine. What other kind of stories did you have with Tracy, man? What stories that you can tell? Let's say it that way.
Like, I'll tell one. This one's really funny. So when I met up with Tracy, go on the road with him for like this 6-month-long adventure. We're supposed to meet him in Cincinnati, right? So from Huntington to Cincinnati is like 3 hours. We're supposed to meet him in Cincinnati. On the way to Cincinnati, he calls us and was like, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna be able to make Cincinnati, but after you guys go ahead and go do the show, it'll be good for you. After the show, meet me in Clarksville, Kentucky." I'm trying to remember the name of the town. One of his children's mothers lived there. So we go and we do the show in Cincinnati, and then we drive to Kentucky. So it's late when we get there. So she kind of lived like in the middle middle of nowhere, like a wide spot exit off the road. He had to drive into this little town, and then in the woods. We meet Tracy there. Tracy's like, "Hey, just leave your car there. It'll be fine. No big deal." So we're going, and like every time Tracy, and I can't remember her name, man. Every time they would get into an argument, she'd be like, "I'm gonna burn this car. I'm gonna roll it down over the hill." And Tracy's like, "All right." So this has been like 2 or 3 months. Tracy's like, "We're on a mission. We got to get your car back." And I had, and at the time, like, well, there was promotions belt. It was the West Virginia title. And I said something about it, been in there one day. And Tracy's like, "You're telling me we left the West Virginia Championship in Clarksville, Kentucky?" He would just start going on about the belt. He cared more about that belt than my car. So he's like, "All right." He came up with this play. He's like, "We're going to steal your car back." So he calls her and he was like, "Hey, the boys are upset. They don't really want to come in. They're just upset about how you threatened to, burn his car, roll his car down the hill. So just leave the keys in the car there. I'll drop them off." So like he had to like park and then walk down the hill just a little bit to her house. And he's like, so he's like calling her for like 2 days. Like, yeah, we're gonna be there. Like, I don't remember what day it was. Like, we'll be there. So we drive there, and then he calls her from the gas station. He was like, "All right, we're at the gas station. I'm getting gas. I'll be there." And then so you had to like go down this. So you go down a back road, and then you go off a little back road down like a small road. It had like 4 houses on it. And her house was like the second or third house. So Tracy's like, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop you guys off at the end of the road. I'm gonna pull down so she sees me pull in. Then you guys just hop in the car and let's go. Just get in the car and we're all leaving." So he stops and like turns the headlights off. And we get out. He's like, "I'm just going to coast without the headlights. Don't want her to know that I'm here. Don't want to alert her." So he like coasts the rest of the way down to her car with no headlights on after me and Darkstorm got out of the car. So we like go down and like turns his car around at the neighbor's house and backs down. We just like hop in the car, start my car. Luckily, she did put the keys in the car, so we just hop in the car, start my car off, and we just peel out. We get back. We get back to the gas station because there's a cell phone service at her house. When we get back to the gas station, like I had to stop and put gas in my car. When we get there, Tracy stops while we're getting gas. Tracy goes like, we got you, you stupid. You tried to hold this car hostage and we got it back. I don't need anything from you now." We got it, you idiot." So we got my car out of there. We took it somewhere else and put my car in storage. And Tracy would be like, "Make sure you get that West Virginia title." So we'd be driving, and he'd be like, "I just need the West Virginia title to be beside me." So he would like get that belt, and he'd just set it like in the middle console, and he'd just be like, "Everything's gonna be all right. As long as we're alive and we got the West Virginia title, everything's gonna be all right." So like we would just be at the most like random shows where Tracy would be like, "Tonight, I'm gonna defend the West Virginia title." So Tracy would just be like, "I'm the West Virginia champion."
You used your championship. That's all.
Yeah, that was still in the car part, man. It was like
it was this whole big plan concocted. I thought what you were about to say was when he called her back and was telling her that, it was a work and we got the car, blah, blah, blah. "Yeah, well, I got this belt."
"I got the West Virginia title. You didn't even know it was there, you idiot."
You mean to tell me you left the West Virginia championship?
He was like, "Why did you not bring that?" So like we'd just be like at shows that Tracy just comes and be like, "Hey, can I defend the West Virginia title?" And I was like, "Yeah, Tracy, you're the West Virginia champion now."
This is a good little ladder match here, even though it's a 5 foot, 6 foot wooden ladder.
Is it wood or is it aluminum?
I think it's wooden.
It's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna be heavy.
I think it's wooden. I could be wrong.
Like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I'd say. Yeah, man. There's never a dull moment with Tracy, man. Oh, Candido bumped on the ladder too. I remember one day, man. We'd done Evansville, and if you know what happens in Evansville, you know what happens in Evansville. We won't go into it here. So we're leaving like the Coliseum at like 1:00 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and so I'm getting ready to turn right to where we were going to stay, and Tracy's like, "Oh no. So this is like my first week with riding with Tracy, you know. So we're going to turn right to where we're going. He's like, actually, we're going to Memphis. So Evansville to Memphis is like 6 hours, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, actually, we're going to go to Memphis tonight. So, and like his car, he was like, the cruise controls are broke on it. So like, we've been driving this car for probably a week with no cruise control. And I'm driving from Evansville to Memphis. About an hour into this ride, I finally figured out like how to set the cruise control, and I was like, Tracy, the cruise control's not broke. You just got to do it like this. He's like, well, that's a game changer.
He just picks up the win here in this ladder match. You got that check. That was solid. I like it.
And
for the time.
I mean, Tracy, like, you know, that's what got me back into wrestling. Like, I'd had hurt my back, man, and I left, and I was going for, I don't know, a little over 4 years. And then, you know, Tracy got sick, and they were doing benefit shows for him. And this was like COVID, and I said, okay. So I was like, I'm going to come back and do this show for Tracy. So the guy I was working with was like, oh, you want to do this? So I was like, look, I'm only going to do things that's going to pop Tracy. So this is what I'll do. So I just built the whole match around popping Tracy and doing things that Tracy would like. And that's what gave me the bug again, man. But it was right before the pandemic. Like I did one more show, and then the pandemic hit.
Candido tried to heal it up there at the end. I like that.
Oh, man, I turned it off too early.
Oh, it's okay. No, I should have probably hit pause. Wasn't anything too crazy. 6 minutes on this next one. This is a chain match, and I believe this is the longest match that we've got on the show. But I believe I've seen this. I just think it's been a hot minute. So I'm looking forward to taking a peek and getting back into it. We'll do this in 3, 2, 1, play.
It's the same for me, man. It's been a minute since I've seen this match. This was a big feud in Smoky Mountain, man. This is a top feud for a while. I remember some of the promos, like, getting up to this, Dirty White Boy would have the chain. He'd be, like, bashing pieces of wood, breaking it, you know? There's a big crowd here.
There is, and that's kind of a testament to both of these guys. It's hard to believe that we're watching the future plumber.
Yeah, and the Freddie Joe Floyd.
And Smothers will have to be an aggressor as well and try to wrestle the style of the Dirty White Boy. Look here, the White Boy.
You know, Tracy had a big run in Memphis too, man.
Tracy was really big just in the South, period.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember when I was a kid and we'd go to some of the indie shows. And when I'm a kid, I mean, I'm a kid. Dad would take me. When I got into high school and got my license, I was able to go to wherever I wanted to, show-wise. And he was always on just about any, reputable, and there were just a handful in Birmingham at that time. Any reputable indie, like, they would have Tracy. They'd have Tracy and they'd have Bob Armstrong. Or Tracy and any of the Armstrongs after the ECW run. It was fun.
Tracy took a lot of pride in Bob Armstrong telling him that Tracy was an honorary Armstrong. So he took a lot of pride in that. He liked Bob. He had a lot of respect and love for Bob.
I really think that their tag team, the Young Pistols, I think that while they got a decent run, I think they're kind of a little underrated as far as tag teams are concerned.
I did too, man. They were very good. They had some really good matches together. Now they'll set with
They were just
Scotty
there.
or Stevie?
They were just there when it was deep. The tag division
Yeah.
was so deep, and they had the U.S. tag straps, the World tag straps. I think the Pistols got the United States tag belts at one point.
Yeah, that's what they were feuding with Midnight Force. I mean, if you got Midnight Express going for the U.S. titles, I mean, that tells you how deep tag team is,
But it was stacked, but they still found a way to stand out. I just wish they'd have gotten a better run with it overall, because you put them in any arena in the South, and it's going to drop.
Oh, yeah. And so talking about Alabama, I'll tell you a funny Alabama story with Tracy. We were in Dalton, Alabama, or it starts with a D.
Dothan.
Somewhere. Dothan. Yeah, Dothan, Alabama. And the guy that we worked for, Tracy, was like putting this promoter over. He said, man, he's been promoting like the longest promoter in Alabama or something like that. Like, Tracy worked for him when he first started. He said his crew's not too good now, but he's Charles really well. He's a really good guy. So me and we went down there, and the match wound up being like me and the guy that was the booker against Tracy and Darkstorm. And one thing about Tracy, especially then, is you didn't call him old. Like, he would get fired up if you called him old, man, like ready to fight. So we're doing like a promo earlier in the show to set it up. He calls Tracy an old man. They had separate heel and babyface locker rooms still. So we get back to the locker room. I was like, you need to go apologize to Tracy. I was like, he's gonna be hot about that. And he was like, oh, it's just a promo, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I get that. I was like, but I'm telling you, Tracy's going to be hot about you calling him old. So then we do like another pre-match promo, and he says something else about Tracy being old. The match starts, and it starts out with me and Tracy. And Tracy is hot. He is mad. And Tracy is also one of the toughest human beings in the business, like, of all time. Like, he's not Haku, but he is not a guy you want to mess with. Like, he's a tough dude. He was deceptively big too, man. Tracy's probably 6'2", 250 then. I look up with Tracy, and he's hot, man. Like, I can tell he's mad. He gets me back in the corner, and he starts just like waylaying, like just laying it in with those chops. I did like I don't remember what I did. I just kind of like turned him around. I was like, Tracy, calm down. It's me. It's like he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, you want me to tag him in? He's like, yeah, get him in here. So I tagged the guy in. But Tracy just starts like laying the wood on this guy, man. Just laying it in there, just beating him up. And like Tracy does something and bumps him. The guy rolls out of the ring. Tracy's like, how's that for old? And I went over to him. I was like, I told you, man. I told you.
Dude, damn. I guess we're all insecure about something. And in Tracy's case, that was it.
He just felt it was like disrespectful. He's like, you gonna call Bob Armstrong old? He'd knock you out. Like, he'd be like, if you want to call me old and then you beat me, who'd you beat? You didn't beat anybody. You beat an old man. Call me old and I beat you. You just got beat by an old man. You're killing the business.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lesson behind it, I guess, But, in his eyes, but also too, like Tracy Gray said, it's old school.
Yeah.
It's just a difference. We're talking to Bryce Cannon on Thursday night, and it's like I think there's a mentality shift in the business from guys my age or versus guys his age, and we're only separated by maybe 4 or 5 years, 6 years. But the business is different, and there are things that I see on television today that rub me the wrong way because I'm like, man, what if Harley Race saw this?
Yeah.
What if it's just. But I'm an old school guy. I've always have been, and we all have our genres of professional wrestling that speak to us. So I could see him getting that mad, but I could also see somebody knowing that and using it just to fuck with him. He is not one that you want to mess with, though. He's not the one to do it to.
So, like, at that Tracy benefit show, you were talking about how the change. Like I said, I've been going for like 4.5 years, which really isn't that long. That's like a little bit more than a presidential term. That was when that show I was talking to, Bo James, who I've known forever. Was a very old school guy too. I was talking to Bo, and I was like, man, I really want to. I was like, I kind of had the bug coming back to this Tracy show. It's like, I kind of want to keep doing bookings. And Bo said, do it. I said, what do you mean? He said, I was like, I'm a pretty good worker, Bo. He's like, you are a good worker. He's like, what's the problem? He's like, it's not the same. It's not the same business anymore. And, I came back. I did like 2 or 3 shows when I first came back. And I messaged Bo and I said, and you weren't kidding. This is completely different. And he's like, I told you. I tried to tell you. But it's just so different. I'm not saying this to try to talk down about the generation of wrestlers now. But I don't know. Nobody goes up to the veterans, and I mean maybe they do some places, but places I'm at, I don't see it happening. You hear about it happening in bigger places too. Like nobody asks the veterans to watch their match. Nobody asks them for feedback. Like I worked with one guy. He had maybe had 30 matches, and he, the guy I was supposed to work with, he probably had less than 30 matches. Honestly, the guy I was supposed to work with didn't show up for some reason. So this guy just happened to be there. I was like, "Oh, put him with that guy." I worked out with him at, training school a couple times. So he comes up to me. He's like, "We don't have much time. What do you want to do out there?" I said, "Just listen to me." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "I'll call it all out there." And he was so nervous. He's like, "No, I've never done that before." I was like, "Well, I've done it plenty of times. Just listen to me, man. Like that's all you got to do. So it'll be okay."
That was how I did it, man. I just listened and called it in the ring. That's, back in the day, and maybe it's still the same way now to a degree. But one reason why I wanted to be a heel was because heels called the matches. I wanted to be able to kind of dictate the pace a little bit of what was going on in the ring. I don't know how it works now. I haven't asked anybody that we've talked to. But I would imagine a lot of it's a lot more. Conversations are had a lot more behind that curtain to put things together and certain aspects together.
Yeah, I mean, so the heel does dictate the match, like lead the pace of the match, and he's still supposed to call the match, but a lot of times now, like you don't really see anybody call it in the ring. Everybody's playing everything out, so I guess nobody's really leading any matches because everybody's calling. They've played everything out in the back. Which I mean, I get that. Like,
too much time. Tracy took too much time there getting to that top rope, man.
So I mean, that there's kind of I try to tell people there's kind of like a small generation in between, like I'm part of, and it's kind of like a small generation where a lot of the old school guys, they wanted to call every single thing in the ring. You'd be lucky if they went over a finish. And then a lot of like the newer, younger guys, they wanted to go over every single little detail in the back. But then I'm part of like this generation. It's kind of a small generation where you kind of do both. Like we'll go over like any big spots or maybe like the finish or the opener if you got something hot planned, but then everything else, like, we're just going to fill it out and call it out there. But I mean, it's just a generational thing, man. Like I said, I'm in that small generation that can kind of do both. I prefer to, if you got anything big, we'll work that out. We'll do everything else in the ring. Because you want to feel the crowd and see what they're into.
We can't see what's
These two are just tearing each other apart.
Both wrestlers are down the
Oh yeah, man.
Looks like Tracy's busted open now. Yeah.
And right now, the white boy is
white boy's showing everybody. We got Les Thatcher on commentary.
Yeah, Les Thatcher, you want to be at the Sigmund's camp?
Picked up on that plug.
Yeah.
It looked like he had that chain wrapped around his fist.
But yeah, man, I just learned so much from Tracy. Like, people ask me who trained me, I say Tracy. What I mean by that is, like, Tracy didn't get in the ring and show me how to do moves. That's like the least I got taught how to bump like local guys and how to do some moves by the local guys, and you just kind of learn the moves yourselves, trial and error. But I learned how to work, like learn the business from Tracy. I've been probably having matches for 2 years. The first time I worked Tracy, so like guys like Bo, another like local veteran Scotty McKeever, who's he was a great worker. He sadly passed away. Like they were kind of teaching me psychology, like how to work. Just been on shows with them, like riding with them. Then Tracy, like he really helped teach you the fine tuning things of the business and like how to work and things like that. So like even before I was on the road, traveling with Tracy all the time. He would stay at my apartment on Mondays. Like anybody that knows Tracy knows what Mondays are. That's his chill out day. Like that's the day he's gonna let it all hang out and just relax and unwind is on Mondays. So he would stay at our apartment on Mondays for months at a time, man. And you just get to hang out and chill with Tracy, and and we'd always be watching watching wrestling, like old matches that he was in, and he's breaking down the psychology, like teaching you the business, teaching you what's important. So it's just and a lot of good times and fond memories with Tracy.
I mean, that's like a wrestling psychology lesson right there.
Yeah. He's just like, he could relate almost everything. So one thing I still do to this day, if you ever, so you'd be traveling Tracy, there'd be like a field on the side of the road. It doesn't matter like what kind of animal it is. It'd be like, cows, bless you. Bless you. Bless you. But you drive past like a field and there'd be like deers, cows, sheep, horses, whatever kind of animals in the field. You'd be driving, Tracy would just go, "There's your family." And then like you'd look and he'd start laughing, he'd be like, "Why'd your family just be standing in that field? Come on now." But, my wife, we were on like a road trip somewhere together, and I did that there and went, "There's your family," and she just like looked over and, "Yep, my in-laws." Oh, Tracy's stopping him. Oh. Or you'd drive past like a big factory or a warehouse and you'd be like, "You see that over there? It's crackers and Coke, boys. Crackers and Coke. You'd rather be doing that or you'd rather be doing this." He'd be like, we'd see somebody working on something, he'd be like, "You think he knows the West Virginia title is in this car? Do you think he cares about the West Virginia championship?" Like, you just see like some guy jogging in the town you're in that night where you're working or you're wrestling. He'd be like, "You think brother knows that there's a show at the National Guard Armory tonight? You think he's going to be there in the front row?"
I think they're starting to get a little cocky here, Lance. I think they're starting.
I think it sounds like he just had a lot of fun working you guys as well.
Yeah, he just kill a time where like you'd ask somebody because like this is 2008, so it's not like you could just Google Maps everything you need everywhere you need to go. We had like a Rand McNally, and every once in a while you'd MapQuest something. But so you'd be in a town like trying to find a building, and he'd ask somebody for directions, and he'd be like, I don't know," and he'd be like, "This guy's lived in Oak Glen," or whatever the name of the town is. He'd be like, "This guy's lived in this town his whole life, doesn't know where the high school is. Did brother graduate? Did brother go to school?"
Oh my God! Did you see that camera shot? Tracy is a crimson mask in this.
Yeah, man. He's getting hogtied here now.
That's a pretty smart move. If he doesn't, look at it.
It's been a good match, man.
They are having a fantastic chain match.
Tracy's going to have to trip the dirty white boy up in some way, shape, or form to bring him down. Now look at him. Look at the cocky attitude.
Yeah.
This is corner number 2.
We're going to get out of this one.
I don't know how Tracy's going to do it. But that's the kind of thing right there. He's going to have to try to get the white boy in trouble. He's going to have to try to reach through, grab an ankle, something to prevent
I noticed him swinging wildly at the legs, and he just didn't close enough to get a hold of it.
Uh-oh, it's number 3.
Three.
Got 3 of them. He only needs another.
Building that anticipation.
There it is.
Look at here.
Oh, yeah.
He did it.
Absolutely.
Flipped him.
The white boy walks straight
Looks
into
like
him.
he's gonna.
Tracy
Oh,
saw
Smothers
him,
can
kicked him
fire
off,
up here, I
and
believe.
Hunky flips him
Trying to get
over.
out from this
and
chain.
Tracy is back in this ball game.
He's blind.
Can't see. He's too bloody.
And he's tied himself up in the chain.
Yep.
Put himself back in a bad position.
Boy, Tracy is really cut bad.
Yes, he is. But he has the desire and the will, and right now he is running on.
He is very bloody, man.
I really like the Dirty White Boy.
He was good, man. He was a good heel.
I thought he was great for Smoky Mountain, that territory heel.
Yeah.
But listen
Not
to
that great
the
of a
fans.
plumber, apparently. But
Man, I like the name. I like the moniker Dirty White Boy, too. So there is this guy in the area here. He wrestled as, or he still wrestles as Smoky C. And he was always in like the like the Charleston area. If you know anything about West Virginia, Charleston's kind of like near the middle of the state. It's like South Central. So I took the first time I took him down to work in Southern West Virginia with me. There was another guy that wrestled down there. It's just Smoke. So we go there. And they're like, we already got a Smoke. We can't have a Smoky C. So you need a different name. And he was like mad about it. I was like, man, I was like, Smoky C, like they're different, but that's the same thing. And so they're like, he's trying to come up with the name. Like he's just mad about having to use a different name. I was like, what about the Dirty White Boy? Then I gave him like whatever his first and like a Chris Allen. I think Allen's his middle name. So he started working in Southern West Virginia as the Dirty White Boy, Chris Allen, and like it was an over name, but everywhere else he was Smoky C.
He said the Dirty White Boy is blowing. He's starting to lose.
I was thankful I never had to have any of those kind of conversations.
All right, there's the one. He's got the
Hey, by using a different name.
Yeah,
two of them.
mine stuck.
The chain now. He doesn't even have to drag him.
Still sticks to this day.
The only conversation I ever had to have about my name was would spell steel like the traditional name Steele. I'm like, nope, no E at the end, like the metal, steel. Oh!
Every time Tracy, this is great psychology here. Every time Tracy gets the advantage, he's cut off.
19-minute mark, and this has been some of the
that anticipation, man.
19 minutes of action
This has been
behind him.
violent.
Lance, 19 minutes of just good wrestling.
Smothers
where
got
you're
himself
out.
deep.
These guys haven't had a hole in 19 minutes. They've been pounding each other to death.
And when they haven't been doing that, they've
Packed
been trying
house.
to drag 235 or 250 around the ring to be able to
Sweet,
make that tag.
luscious locks
Absolutely.
of
And
Brian
right now, the
Hildebrand.
Dirty White Boy choking his man down, working on
One of the
that
best
head.
mullets ever.
And of course, the more
That's
blood
definitely up there on
loses, the
Impact.
weaker he becomes. The referee
Look at the
checking
crowd,
to see
man.
if
They're with
Tracy
it.
is still
Oh, they're into it, man.
and he is. Yes.
Go, Tracy, go. Go, Tracy,
Smothers
go.
shoots that arm up as if to say,
He's fighting back up now, man. The crowd's fueling him.
Well, I thought we were going to see a comeback already, and I was wrong. So I'm not
As you
going to try
mentioned
to call
earlier
that
tonight,
spot
it is
again.
gut check time, and Tracy gets 4 stars for that.
Amen. You better believe it. Smothers, who started off very
Getting up.
fast, and that's surprising to us because
Oh, it's hilarious. I just
he
looked
has
over.
no
So, again,
experience
I
in
got
this
this whole
kind of
new
a
setup
match.
that I'm still
Uh-oh,
getting
White
used
Boy
to. So
started off
Cornette's
now.
over
He's
here to
on
my
the
left, and we're watching Smoky Mountain.
Two, he just
I'll tell another. You talk about Cornette. Like,
halfway. He's got
we'd have, we'd be kind of partying.
This
Oh, big bump.
takes him down.
It broke down into a
Yeah, what-
dance contest.
And look at Tracy.
And
Oh
then-
man, the dance contest. I loved the dance contest, man. That started with Blue Meanie at ECW. And I can't tell you how many dance contests I'd have with Tracy. So I was working with Tracy a lot, like after. So I met Tracy around time of the first ECW One Night Stand. And then like after the incident with Bradshaw and Blue Meanie and Tracy in it, I was still working with Tracy a lot. So we would do this gimmick where I would be like, Tracy, I was the heel, and I'd be like, Tracy Smothers, JBL has
Tracy Smothers outside
paid me to take care of you.
Oh man! Shout out Mr. Rain. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're doing fantastic. This is our time. Actually, I had somebody, I forget who it was, maybe Orndorff. He was like, why do you do that show early on Saturday? And I'm like, listen,
have proven to be, particularly the
only
last
certain
one,
times
is
that I
proven to
can
be the
get,
bugaboo, the
get
nimbus
Eric.
for both of
It's like
these
he's family
guys.
man,
They've gotten
and he's
three,
working,
but they
and he's
haven't
wrestling,
been able to
and
get
all this other
four.
stuff like
And
that.
Champion. They're into it, man. They're here for it.
Yeah, man. It's, in reality, at a time when wrestling was in a down period, again, I said it earlier, Smoky Mountain just was a different beast. It was a different breed. It was a different situation. I mean, I really feel like Cornette was pissed off at the industry when he opened the doors.
Yeah, he was upset, coming out of the
that got Hulk up, bro. Like,
that was a good, humble babyface promo, too.
That was a great babyface promo. I liked it. My dog didn't, man. Hulk was knocked out, but as soon as that shot from the dirty white boy, he sat his ass right up and looked at the TV. He was like, what? What did you just do?
What was that? Rain wants some greatest Lance Russell interviews. Man, I love Lance Russell. One of my favorite commentators.
So, fun fact. Let me go to the chat real quick, Mr. Rain. You're talking about getting some feature interview spots and segment spots, et cetera, et cetera. Eric and I were talking when we hit our milestone of 750 on YouTube. We're doing milestones a week, essentially, of shows. Eric and I are going to be promos and interviews. So that's already in the works. We're just waiting to hit 750 on YouTube. So, yeah, put it out there. I think we're at 608, 609. And growing, 50 to 60 a month, give or take. But that's definitely coming. It's coming down the pipe. This next match, you were talking earlier about the Blue Meanie, and he appears. This is full-blooded Italian mode, Tracy Smothers. So let's get started in this in 3, 2, 1. This will be at the 4-minute mark. Sorry, Eric. My bad.
You're good.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh,
you're fine. If you've already hit play, you'll be a couple of seconds ahead of you.
All right. Pause for just a second, trying to get it. So this is around the time that I first met Tracy. I got to see him on one or two shows. But I started working with him. So I was working a weekly program with him for 2 months straight when I first met him. So this is probably a month, 2 months before I met him. I met him maybe a month or 2 months before this, because he was talking about he was training, getting ready for a hardcore homecoming and one night stand.
I was, when you got up and walked away, I was letting Mr. Rain know that when we hit 750 on YouTube, our milestone segment is going to be on segments and interviews.
Yeah.
So we'll do an hour and a half on what we feel like the best segments and interview spots in wrestling are. It's going to be great. So if you haven't already, guys, you're watching this video on YouTube, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, why not? It's literally right below you. And
actually, I heard he's lost about 110 pounds. And she's in LA now.
Thumbs up, hit the subscribe, go ahead and hit the little bell icon.
He doesn't sound too broken up about it last I spoke to him.
As this one gets started, Eric, I'm
referee John Finnegan to officiate this contest. Tracy
right.
Smothers versus the Blue Meanie.
We got Joey Styles on the call here too.
This is gonna be a good old-fashioned comedy match. Let me just make a bold prediction right now.
My microphone, and that's why.
This is not gonna be a Pat O'Connor versus Luthez.
Getting the crowd into it. This is hardcore
doing this.
fans, and they're getting into Tracy and Blue Meanie dancing and clapping.
Finally, we've got a tie-up now. Side headlock by the Meanie. Meanie set for the ride. Dropped down by Smothers. Shoulder block by the Meanie. Nicely done. Smothers put off guard. Meanie flexing the guns.
of Meanie.
Smothers
That's right, he
complaining
pulled
about
his
all
hair.
the tights, a closed fist, and a handful of hair. All of them. Just finish
You
goes,
hit
what
all
are you
the
talking
bases.
about? Smothers says, pick one. Lodging all his complaints now. Get him out of the way. Smothers says, let's just wrestle, pal. I'm all for it. The dancing is kind of funny. Waistlock now by Smothers. A lot of waist to get around.
Blue Meanie dancing his way out of
uses
that.
his rather ample posterior to break the waistlock.
Kept bouncing him off the wall.
Well, had you not ordered that last pizza that Meanie ate, maybe get his hands around his waist.
Tracy's gonna slam him, he says.
Smothers telling to Meanie, I'm going to show you how strong I am. I'm going to pick you up and slam you. Smothers going for it. Meanie is not. Scoop and a slam on Smothers. Meanie deceptively strong.
Pushed him back
And
into another
again,
slam.
Smothers, who was bad-mouthing Finnegan.
All right, I know what.
Finnegan planted Smothers. Double clothesline. Cover, 2 and no. Finnegan on top, 2 and no. There's the Meanie splash. This may be it. Cover, 1, 2 and no. Anybody else not cover Smothers?
Comedy wrestling at its finest right there.
Got a little levity and jocularity going on in this matchup. And I predicted this was going to be a good time. More entertainment than sport, if you will. If you are one of the few that likes to call professional wrestling sports entertainment.
Oh, here we go. Everybody now.
I'll get up and stop. Okay, that he did. That I saw. That's not very cool. Smothers will go with it. Chicken dance?
But there's one thing how we saw
Bad wedding. That is solved in Nashville.
What I want is a rematch from a few years ago. I'm challenging you right here, right now, in the arena at Hardcore Homecoming to a dance-off.
Oh, yeah.
Dance off?
Challenge him to a
We're gonna
rematch
have
with the dance off.
rematch of the dance off here at the arena. Vern Gagne is rolling over in his grave. I'm not even sure he's dead yet. And right about now, I'm thinking about hanging myself. Hey, Jeremy, how much cord do we have? No? It's about 6 feet. This is brutal. I'm being insensitive. It's like watching a telethon. I want to send in a check. Just make it stop. A.T. Smith says Smothers.
Oh, yeah. I still do that, man. I'll dance to the, I guess, you know, I'll dance to the, to the chants. When I first met Tracy, he's like, what all do you, he's like, he used the mic. I was like, yeah. He's like, what do you say? I said, oh, a bunch of stuff I stole from you.
It's your birthday.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's your birthday. Break it down now. Go, Meanie. That's just awful. That's off. That's pretty funny. Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Smothers. What a heel. What a cheap heel.
You gotta get on him now.
Call for a dance
I forgot my
off. Jump the guy
microphone
from
was
behind.
muted. You were talking to me, but they didn't hear me.
And the fans are not happy. Had to get heat one-on-one with professional Tracy Smothers continues.
He'd go like this, like he'd act like you're slipping off and slipping off. He'd do the pinky finger. People would get so hot about it. They would get more mad about that than they would getting flipped off. He's like, hey, right here, pal.
You're not good enough for my middle. I'm going to start stealing that now.
Yeah, he gets so mad about it. I was doing something one time. I was messing with my wife, and she goes, hey, right here, pal.
Your wife got you with it?
Oh, yeah, man. She didn't see me do it. She met Tracy a couple times, man. I popped, man.
He was ahead of my scorecard. Elbow to the face. Bulldog by the Meanie. Cover. 2 and no.
Near fall.
Yeah, out of the Bulldog. Hey, Jay, they were popping me with the referee spots earlier, too.
Pulls up his pajama bottoms. My wife's got those same pajamas.
I'm going to break some news to you right now as I'm watching this.
Meanie drops the leg.
I'm going to reach
2
out
and
to the blue meanie. And see if I
Oh,
can
that'd be
get him
awesome.
on Beyond the Bell. And I'm gonna basically tell him the truth.
Meanie hits the big splash in the
John
corner.
seriously thinks
The
that
blue
the
splash that is
BWO is
back
one of the
the other
greatest
way.
factions of all
Here's
time.
a shot for JT.
He
They were,
He loves
they
it.
were on.
JT, another big blue
And I want to
splash in
see
the
if I
corner.
can surprise him. and
Smothers
get
gets
the
planted.
blue meanie on Beyond the Bell. I
BWO
fucking
was
thought
over,
the
man.
meanie was hilarious.
Yeah.
His
JT Smith now
palm
with a
dance
chain
was
on his
great.
hand.
Remember when he was Meanie Dust or Blue Dust?
Oh, look at
And
that.
once again,
Yeah,
Tracy
that's a big
Smothers,
steal. Got
JT
punched
Smith
with
using
the gimmick.
every piece of
Take a-
cheap heel chicanery in the book to get the
Yeah,
win.
chain. Old school finish right there.
See, I was looking for the loaded boot or the chloroform rag. It was the chain. It was the chain.
Hey, I'll be right back, man.
Poor
Yep.
Meanie.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the next match
Guy
started. I'll
danced
tell you,
his
I'll give you
heart
a
out.
timestamp when you get in. Alright, our next match that was hand selected by Eric Steele. August 2010. Tracy Smothers taking on Booker T, if you can believe that. We'll go ahead and get this guy
And
going.
Booker T chilling all day in the back, checking out the gathering, going over strategy. Crowd erupting here in a Booker T chant. They love this wrestling icon, this legend, this symbol of greatness, a man from very humble beginnings who rose to the very top of the sport.
I'm very
He
curious
is
to
a
see
juggler
what we get
inspiration.
here.
He is a
I would
juggler
imagine that
sensation.
they're going to
He
get a
is the
dance
great
off.
Booker T. With him, of course, Boondocks across the ring. Isabella Smothers, the illegitimate daughter of Tracy Smothers. She was caught in a compromising position on Slam
ran that
TV,
dance gimmick
on
for
tour
fucking ever.
with JCW. Let's say somewhere in the lower belt region of Boondocks. Tracy Smothers has had a stick up his ass about it ever since. He's pissed, he's hot. History goes way back between the Smothers clique and Boondocks. And now Booker T is in the mix. Booker T's gonna put an end to this beef. Look at Booker T. This man is in the best shape of his career. As you look at the Tracy Smothers applauding for himself here, I guess. Bell is rung and we're underway. Here comes Booker T, very unorthodox lock-up style. He can come at you from 100 different ways. What? Tracy.
Oh, he dropped the F-bomb there.
Telling Booker T to hold on while he tries to fuck with the audience. Booker saying, make all the noise you want. Juggalos, I got your back as a JCW chant rocks the arena. Here comes Booker T. Booker T saying, more talk, less fight, bro.
Alright,
Booker
now
T coming
we're
elbow
on.
tie out. Tracy Smothers, wily veteran, backs him into the corner. Clean break, surprising. Claiming Booker T pulled his hair. That is preposterous, Tracy Smothers. Nothing of the
How
sort
you gonna
happens.
take him back in the corner and complain
Booker
for
T.
short hair?
Here he comes again. Look at that. He can come at you from 100 different lockup styles. Comes in quick, go behind, got him in a hammerlock here. But now to a standing side headlock. Goes around the world, back to the hammerlock again. Just toying with him, got him on the ropes. Ref asking for a clean break, and he gets one from Booker T, the juggalo sportsman that he is. Tracy Smothers erroneously claiming the tights were pulled. Booker T having a laugh. Crowd loving Booker T behind him every step of the way here. Big round of applause for this great wrestling legend.
That's the hair and the tights. That's great.
Harlem Heat chant going up. Booker T's done it all, seen it all. Tracy Smothers pointing some attention here to his daughter. His daughter Isabella. This is just creepy. It's weird. I don't know if he's offering her or what that's all about. Booker T saying, let's get it on, bitch. Booker T going back. Is he going back to what he is? He's going back to that hammer
Going back to the same hole.
Cinches it in on Tracy Smothers. This is vintage wrestling style here. These two seasoned veterans, they've been there, they've done that, and now they're squaring off here.
Okay, I am at the 6 minute mark, actually 6:10.
Tracy and Booker T.
Yes, sir. 6:15.
To bend that arm into
17, 18,
Smothers in the world hardly trying to get out, trying to do anything he can to get out. Fights his way to the ropes. He had the ropes there for a minute. He lost them. Booker T in control here. Smothers just like that. Booker T was in control. Then he ate an elbow. Smothers trying to get on top of things here. Keep Booker T down if he can.
Slow paced, obviously, for the first minute or so. I'm waiting for a dance-off challenge. I mean, how did he not challenge Booker T to a dance-off?
I think it's at the Gathering of the Juggalos, maybe.
Between Smothers and them. Look at Smothers unleashed these all sorts of unique strikes. And now the 5-time world champion and 35-time prestigious belt holder is standing under the...
So, like, when he worked for the Juggalos, they really played up this whole, like, rebel gimmick, you know?
He's choking the shit out of Booker T, and I say he don't need shit.
Very well made,
you know what I mean? God, before you do your fucking job. Who sucks now, Tracy Smothers? You suck now.
Is that Bloody Mania? I think that was part of... I may be wrong. You guys know... If we got any Juggalos or Juggalettes out there, let us know if this was at...
Mr. Rain has already answered that question. Gathering 2010. He was definitely a juggalo.
I worked with that referee quite a few times too. Can't remember his name right off. It's been a long time since I've seen him. I remember talking to Chase. He was pretty hyped about like working with Booker T. You know.
Well, I mean, at that point in Tracy's career, this is a pretty big match for him.
They called out the Harlem side slam. He got it, but it wasn't enough to put away Tracy Smothers. Locking in that side headlock. Booker T whipped into the ropes. Wait a minute, Isabella Smothers pulled him by the leg. Boondocks is like, holy shit, ref, get your head out of your ass. We got a problem here. Tracy Smothers taking advantage of the situation. Isabella Smothers.
You already heard Tracy drop the F-bomb.
Oh yeah, man! If it was at the Juggalo show, he would go crazy on those people. Man, he got so much heat with him. He was like the biggest, biggest heel they had. They call him redneck, racist, all that stuff.
Kick to the ribs. Now for the second time tonight, this great champion is under the boot of Tracy Smothers. Ref separating them. And there's Isabella Smothers again. Now she's choking the shit out of him. He's like, fuck that bitch, I'll pull you here. How do you like it, bitch? There you go.
Booker T snatched her by the hair.
Yeah, he's get off me.
Booker T firing back. He's feeling hot. He's feeling salty. He's feeling froggy. He's ready to jump. He's got those punches, those strikes. Boom, forearm smash. But Smothers returns fire and rocks Booker T to his knees. Booker T feeling the effects. Tracy Smothers. We have a few extra chicken meals in him, but millimeters under that.
Let me look and see. Yeah, the dog. Curled up.
That's Hulk. That's the Hulk.
He's a big boy, man. I used to have a Great Dane, Andre, and he was 130 pounds and wanted to be a lap dog. Oh, big front.
Smothers is up again. Booker
It's
T
working
just
harder,
goes
man. He's taking a lot of
down.
bumps.
Finds out the yin-yang here.
Yeah, this match, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Looking at the gear, this match is definitely better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, there goes the referee.
Oh.
The ref just ate a Harlem sidekick, and we're in trouble here. We got no ref. We got Isabella at ringside. We got Tracy willing to do anything to win, but Booker T drops him on his back. Boondocks is up on the apron. Isabella just fucking nailed
Oh, he got low blowed.
Booker T's trying to check
Mr. Rain said that he's always wanted to see a prime Tracy versus a prime Steve Corino. Uh-oh.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Bullpen?
Rake of the eyes by Bullpen. Here comes the devil himself.
We got some
Yeah.
fuckery happening here.
And now they're putting the
Is that Bullpen and Ian Rotten?
You know, Smothers and Rotten and Payne, they don't go way back. They're all Southern
Great
people.
that they're doing this
And
right
they're
by
just
the
animals here.
referee.
This is gang warfare.
Well, he's knocked out, so there's that.
We need some kind of help. We need some assistance. My prayers have been
Oh,
answered.
Hacksaw.
Hacksaw?
Oh, my day's made.
And you would get such a menagerie of people on on JCW shows.
We're talking about that show that John and I watched so much.
He's like, oh, I want to save you, Booker, but I gotta turn this guy around. I gotta get Ian to turn around first.
That show we watched on Monday had Hacksaw on it as well, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it was, again, it wasn't the best match for Duggan either, but with Duggan, he didn't have to do a whole lot.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's just gonna throw right hands, and that's it. That's all you can, and scream ho and hit a clothesline.
USA!
Yeah, get the chance going, and it was so over with that crowd.
Was this all on one show, or is it clips from different shows?
All on one show. Jeff Jarrett was on the show. Oh, got the right
Man.
He's got the cover. 2 and 3.
That was a quick recovery by the referee.
Yeah, it was. Booker T picks up the win.
Are you sure that referee was knocked out? Because he jumped back to life like.
Official announcement. Booker T is geeked as fuck.
Got up pretty quick.
Boondocks in his corner. They were able to overcome the obstacles.
I always love Booker T's music, man.
Yeah, it was always good. I like the original Harlem Heat, which is kind of what we're hearing there. All right, main event time for our show today. This one starting at 5 minutes 6 seconds. It's a two-part video, guys. So we've got about 3 minutes on this video, and then we'll switch over to the last one, and we'll finish things out. This is
Where do we start on this one?
5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Okay.
It is Sabu with Bill Alfonso and ICP taking on Tracy Smothers versus CM Punk. So let's make this happen. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, we're at IWA, so this was Ian's promotion. This is where I first saw CM Punk. Was at IWA.
I remember hearing a story about Punk. He was on some documentary somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and he went to the WWE as being his babyface, and they came up to him and they go, well, have you ever been a heel before? And he just kind of was like, do you not know who I am? Just came off of this incredible heel straight edge run. Was when he was, I think he started to do some of the straight edge society stuff, or maybe a little bit prior to that. But it's like, yeah, I can be a heel.
Man, to this day, some of my favorite stuff, like, I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. Probably my favorite thing he's ever done was his feud with Raven and ECW, or not ECW, in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. I like his Joe run in Ring of Honor too.
Yeah. Well, I think like the Joe run was more like in-ring stuff, and the stuff with Raven was more like
storytelling,
promo, psychology, storytelling. Yeah, like the whole story of Raven is a recovering addict, and they handcuff Raven to the ropes and pour beer down his throat and stuff like that. Like I was saying, like a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, CM Punk started out his promo with the Tracy Smothers line. Because isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night and be in Chicago, Illinois for Monday Night Raw?
Oh,
Yeah, Tracy was like Punk puts. I've heard him put Tracy over a lot, man. You can see a lot of Tracy influences on CM Punk, you know. I mean, there's like a lot of like bigger talented guys now like put Tracy over because he was such a big influence. A lot of people like Chris Hero, CM Punk, you know, Dave Stevens, a bunch of people in that generation put Tracy over, man. He's a hardworking guy, always there to help him and train people.
I mean, he was hella talented. I'll tell you, like there's something about, and I guess I'm kind of biased because I'm from the South, but there's something about Southern wrestling. Man. It's just different. It hits different, and I guess that's the same way in every market. And I really think that Smothers was, you know, he had a great career, but I really think he was more that Southern legend. You know, like he's in the same, you know, this is not disrespectful by any means. To me, it's not. You know, in the same vein of, let's click over to the next video. My bad, guys. 3, 2, 1, play. In the same vein of, you know, like a Mike Jackson or George South or guys like that.
Oh,
Spear. Yeah. Look at that. That's nice.
The funny story about the spear. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your spot.
That was kind of. Yeah, it's just like he's an unsung hero to me, as far as Southern wrestling. But yeah, go ahead. Story about the spear.
So the story about the spear is Tracy is the one that got Rhino to do the spear, do the gore. You know.
Oh yeah. What's the story behind that?
So Rhino's ECW tryout match was with Tracy. Tracy's like, "Oh, what's your finish?" I don't remember what Rhino was doing. Maybe the pile driver. And, he says, "Why don't you do the spear?" He's like, "Man, like, you know, Goldberg does the spear, Edge does the spear, like everybody's doing the spear." He's like, "Yeah, but look at you. Neither one of them look like you." He's like, "You're Rhino, do the gore." So he did it. You know, in his match with Tracy, Tracy called it, and he did the spear. And I don't know if it was the finish or not. And he said Paul Heyman was putting it over, like, "Oh man, that was great. Like that's got to be your finish." So Tracy's the one that got Rhino doing the gore. You know.
Smart man.
I remember working, like, when I was working with Rhino, you know, like, a lot of times these guys, like, you know, they were, you know, New York, bigger guys, when you meet them for the first time, they're going to ask, trains you. You know what I told him was, like, Tracy Smothers, like, his instant credibility instantly over with him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, same thing when you know, worked with Kevin Sullivan the first time, and he's like, "Hey, you know, who trained, like, you know, how long have you been working?" At that point, it was like, I don't know, 12 years or something. He's like, "You just work around here?" Or I was like, "No, man, I used to do this full time, like, travel with Tracy Smothers forever. You know, he trained me." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Like, okay.
Yep. Got a rep, man. He had a reputation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, something about IWA, man. This is not the first time I've seen this promotion or Punk involved in it. Man, they got Punk in the ring with a lot of top guys here. Like, you know, back in this time, Sabu, Smothers. Saw a match with him with Eddie Guerrero. Another match with him with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio in a triple threat. Like, they got him rubbing elbows with some super talented people.
Yeah, so he went from, like, IWA to Ring of Honor, man. Like, this is where he was like, him and Chris Hero, the 90-minute 2 out of 3 falls match in IWA. Like, he was really big in IWA. Like, that's the first place I remember seeing him, and before he was in Ring of Honor and big Ring of Honor, you know.
Looked like Tracy slipped there, but they picked it up real quick.
And you know, like, a lot of people think like deathmatch wrestling when they think of IWA. Man, they would bring in a lot of talented wrestlers, you know.
It wasn't all deathmatch.
Oh, look at that top rope turn on cross body.
Roll through. We're pulling out some young pistol stuff right there.
Yeah. His working boots on that night, man. Like, so the first time I'd ever worked with Tracy, he's like, you know, asking what kind of moves I do and stuff. And like I said, this is, you know, he's getting in shape, getting ready for Hardcore Homecoming and One Night Stands. And I was telling about different things to do. I was like, do like an exploder suplex. He was like, all right. He's like, I got a 50-person minimum for an exploder suplex. Like, I'm not taking one unless there's at least 50 people in the crowd. And we had a good house, so we ran weekly. We were drawing like 100 people a week. And that was like sardine cans in that building, man. So we went out there and he's like, all right, there's enough for an exploder. Like he was doing like 619s and stuff then.
I think Tracy's great. This has been a good show, too. You put together a good one. Oh, look, Sabu blocked that.
Drop to the concrete as well. A pump back in.
Oh, we're doing here.
Oh.
Right into the fourth row, courtesy of C.M. Punk.
Great looking rocket tope there all the way out.
But Sabu sets up that chair in the ring. The fans
I remember watching an IWA match with Tracy and Sabu. I don't remember who the third person was. And it was like a riot, man. Like Tracy started a riot. I don't remember who else was there.
I'm not shocked.
he caused more than one riot in the day, man.
Oh, it looked like he was about to go for a suicide dive himself.
I guess he thought better of that. Bodies scattered on the floor.
Oh.
Now, to the chair, introducing it to the face of CM Punk.
Fonzie with that goddamn whistle. Sorry for the GD.
Whistle would be annoying, man.
16-man tournaments in the independent wrestling scene today.
I'm telling you,
But we're also seeing non-tournament
I
matches
get it,
such as
the
the
gimmick, I understand. But come on, bro, put the whistle down.
Bro, you're killing me with that whistle.
You're not getting the right heat with it.
He's tossing Punk in the crowd.
Sabu laid out on that table trying to recover. Smothers in there with hard right hands. He's a master of the strike, whether he's using his fist, forearm.
And there's a big crowd here, man. Look at them all standing around.
Oh, yeah.
flips a bird to the entire crowd. Sabu still laid prone.
Oh, Bill Alfonso.
I feel like we're getting ready to go into the finish. We got the Fozzy involvement. There's still a table out there.
And Sabu was like extremely talented.
Yeah, actually, he went into the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I forget who else they were putting in. They were putting in a couple of people.
I think I saw that. It's like GCW or something, right?
Yes.
I can't remember who all was going in. I remember seeing that, but I don't remember who all it was.
But still delivering a blow to the chest of Tracy Smothers. Sabu goes for it again and connects once again.
Pounding Smothers using the chair for extra elevation.
A third time.
Oh, bump on the back of the chair.
Oh, yeah. He did face plant the chair.
Punk just trying to steal the win.
Wisely goes for the cover.
Get it. No.
Opportunist is right there to capitalize. That moment's hesitation by Sabu gave Punk the road.
Oh, you got the table in the ring now.
And Tracy just said, "Get out of here." Pulled Punk right and threw him out of the floor.
Wrapping it up in the corner. Punk out on the concrete floor as Tracy Smothers lays on the canvas.
Oh, Tracy tripped him.
Ooh.
Not doing that again.
But Tracy Smothers caught him and drove his head right into that steel chair.
CM Punk just tried to steal the win, man.
That is the third time you've seen him kind of make an opportunist pin. He wasn't necessarily delivering any offensive.
It's been a pretty good triple threat match.
Hey, man, it's been fast paced. A lot of stuff going on.
A lot of wasted motion at all. And you're definitely right. Tracy put the working boots
Belly
on.
to belly. Oh no! Oh, there's a part 3.
Is there a part 3?
It cut off after that belly to belly.
Oh, wait.
The 3 popped right up after it. Let me know if you got it or not, and I'll send you the link.
I think this is it. We're gonna see.
Suplex. Smothers
Yes, I'm on it. I'm playing it.
All right.
Oh, this could be bad.
Ready to spear him through the table.
Takes down CM.
Oh, big clothesline.
Sabu
Yep,
out on
I'm
the
here for it.
Tracy pitches Punk out to the floor and now asking for the fans' approval. Kicks Sabu back to the concrete on one side and Tracy Smothers spins around, lands.
Jesus.
Look, there's a 619, man. Tiger Feint or whatever that's called. Get this table out of here.
Back in the ring. 2 feet
in the way for the spot, guys. Come on.
CM Punk at every turn.
Killing the business.
Work with me here.
That was something else too. Like in the, he was saying that on that Monday night show. It was like he had a promo and he was not getting over it. You can tell.
Yeah, he's gonna work with me here.
He's just calling the crowd out.
Yeah, I've seen him do that before, man. Like, come on, work with me here. Trying to work here, guys. Oh, that's that chop right there, man. That one, those always hurt.
Oof.
Oh, he's trying to get Fonzie.
Oh, it looked like he just drove him into the bottom of the table. He did. Look where his head.
Oh, I think it was the chair. Oh, was it the table? I thought he had threw him on the chair.
It could have been the chair, but there's a fucking spot on that table.
Could have been driven through that table.
Oh.
Punk is all about trying to steal this win.
Yeah. And he is a heel.
Thus far, but his cleverness isn't paying off.
This is not good for the Mafia. As Smothers now with that chair in the middle of the ring and Punk driven face first down onto it.
Stiff lariat.
Sabu, Tracy
Oh.
Planted Sabu. Kicks him right in the back of the head.
Trademark Tracy Smothers maneuver, and as Punk.
I thought that kick was cool, man.
He hit his head on that chair.
Oh.
Fun fact, did you know that Tracy worked in Japan as Jason the Terrible?
No.
Like a Jason gimmick. Him and Mick Foley tagged together. Foley's Cactus Jack, and Tracy did a Jason gimmick. Hockey mask, overalls.
We're going to have to find some. I feel like I need to see that.
Yeah. So there's more. There's another guy that did the Jason gimmick too. I can't remember if he did it before or after Tracy. But when Tracy's Jason, you can kind of tell like he's working a little bit more, you know.
Oh, near fall.
Yeah, he's in the ropes. Come on now.
So the table is not being effective. So we're gonna bring it out.
There we go. We got the table set up again.
On the second rope.
And that table set up in the middle of the ring.
Oh, blocked the back fist.
Oh, did not block that tornado.
Oh.
DDT on the chair. Good bump there.
Right in the smack middle of the seat of that chair. Smothers met with a right hand.
I'm really impressed with this match.
Oh yeah, man, it's been good. Been going full tilt.
As CM Punk tries to catch his breath, but a boot to the midsection by Sabu takes the win.
CM Punk, he got nothing in but some pins. Oh, flag drop through the tail.
Look who's crawling to the cover.
Yep.
Stole it.
Steals the win.
Oh.
Oh, Bill Alfonso with the chair shot.
Chair throw. Uh-oh.
You got another table they're setting up for him.
You gotta see the Arabian face crusher through a table. You got to.
Oh, that's what they're going to give old CM Punk. You might have won the battle, but I don't know if you're winning the war.
Punk might have been victorious in the match, but he'll be celebrating in the hospital.
Homage to the shoot. Give me the chair, Daddy. Give me the chair, Daddy.
How Violent J going to put him through the table?
Looks like it. They're going to break the table before he gets up there.
Oh!
He just sat on him.
Flying butt to the table.
Sprawled out in the middle of the ring amidst wreckage is your victor, CM Punk.
All right, man.
Drop through a table of shaggy tube.
I'm go ahead and throw a pause on that bad boy. Let me kill that guy off and find my other thing there. All right, man. That was a good show. I really
man.
It was, again, some of those later matches are always hit or miss in any veteran's career. These were pretty good. Even that match with Booker, I was like, maybe this is the one, but it came out better. And there's no.
He was
doubt about
bumping all over the place, man.
Well, give me some closing thoughts on Tracy Smothers and the show today.
And Tracy loved the wrestling business. He was the hardest working man in the business. I mean, even when he's getting older, he was. I remember working 6 days a week with Tracy in 2008, 2009, 2010, and he was working every weekend, even when he got older. Going too soon, man. He was a wealth of knowledge. He loved the business and he loved passing it on to people, man. I love him. He's a great dude, man. He's a mentor and a father figure to me, and I miss him.
I'm glad we had the opportunity to sit down and watch a little bit of Tracy here, get some stories out there, pay an homage to him, if you will, with our Legends of Wrestling shoot. Guys and gals, you definitely want to tune in. We got a lot of things happening on our channels, a lot of moving parts. We say it all the time. Wrestling has a way of just bringing people together, and that's kind of why we're here and what we're doing. So next Saturday, we'll be live here on Twitch, 7:30. Don't know what we're gonna do yet, but I kind of feel like I'm gonna find us something, because you've set the bar pretty high the last couple of weeks, and I feel like I need to come in and try and knock one out of the park. So I'll have something over to you probably by Monday-ish for next
All right,
week.
man.
We've got Wrestling Request live on Sundays at 3 p.m. on Twitch. We have Inside the Indies live at 7 p.m. Mondays on Twitch. All these are Eastern time. And you never know who's going to drop by live. We had Bryce Cannon last week. We had Red Shaw coming up on the 20th. We have Matt Sigmund coming in. We have Katie Trey is coming back live once we get a date on him. There's a lot. We've got tons of content over on the YouTube page. So if you haven't already, click the link, do the things. If you want to get on our Discord server, click that link and jump right in with us. Get behind the curtain, early drops on our interviews with Beyond the Bells, and all kinds of fun and interesting things happening. Eric, tell everybody goodbye. Let's get out of here.
Everybody, bye. Thanks for spending your Saturday morning with us. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
All right, man. We'll see you guys next week.